And when I make that connection through my heart, I'm better able to hear Spirit, and Spirit's better able to communicate with me. And once I have a good, clear feeling that I'm connecting through my heart, I can actually feel the energy expanding out. Then I take the deck and I begin to shuffle. So there's not a whole lot of science behind it. I basically just shuffle until I feel like they're done, you know. And I have some cards popping out at me here, but I'm going to stick them back in. I know some of you are going, they've dropped out their message for you. I know, but it's a demo, so we have to do it the standard way. Okay, that feels good. So once I've got that cards shuffled up, I usually think of shuffling as making the connection. And I'm normally definitely not talking while I'm doing this, so I'm very centered in what I'm doing. And it's important to focus on your question, what it is that you want to know. So for me, what I'm looking for in my reading today is, what does Spirit want me to know? So as I shuffle, I normally do that. Now, one of the things that I do once I'm done shuffling, I fan the cards out and I run my hand over. Sometimes I actually get hot spots on the card and I feel like that's the card that I need to draw. Sometimes I just use my mind and think about it, which card that I need to draw. There, like I said, there is no real science behind it. It's whatever works for you and what resonates for you. But this is what I do, so that's what I'm going to show you. And I really feel like this is the card. It seems to be, if I could describe it, like fluorescent to me. It sticks out in my vision more than the other cards. So that's the one that I'm going to choose right here. And we'll see what our message is from Spirit. So I'm going to explain to you how I'm getting my information from the fractal. Okay. So the card that I have is card number 44. I'm just going to move it close. Hopefully you can see that and I've held it in the right way. Now, when I'm reading a fractal, there's quite a few things that I consider. The very first thing is when I look at it, what emotion do I feel? So I have an instant response to this card, and if you've got the deck, you can take a look closely at it. The reason I have such a response to this one is this was the first fractal that I intuitively made through channeling, and it was about my business and my company and about doing the fractals, and what came through were all these angels. All I can see in this image is angels, and as soon as I see them, I feel this tremendous amount of support and of love. So that's really a big clue to what the message is in this card. So everybody has different feelings and different things that come through. So you may not have that same response to this card, but it's okay. It's whatever emotion comes out for you when you see the image. The other thing that's really important is what colors are in it, what the colors represent to you. You know, the color red to some people, or to many, represents being grounded, the root chakra, that kind of thing. But it may also represent your inner fire or being angry. It could be so many things. It could be love, the color of a rose and hearts. So it's what the color brings to your mind quickly or instantly, before your thoughts come in, without the thinking. What feelings come from the main image and what the colors feel or represent for you. That's really clue in the beginning. Now for me, in this fractal, it's got the tones of brown going up into the yellows, and there's almost orangey tones. And for me, that yellow is a lot about my own empowerment, my self-empowerment. Now, normally what I do when I'm looking at a fractal is I split it in half, and the upper half usually represents for me my higher self, my soul, my higher knowing, or things that are more spiritual. And then in the lower half of the image represents down here on earth, or things that are just below the surface that sometimes we can't always see. So using that, it's a little bit harder to use that with this fractal, but I'll go through another one and you'll really start to get the idea of what I mean. So some people even break it up to left to right as feminine and masculine, and as you begin to listen to yourself as you're doing it, it will become more clear. One of the other things that I really have to say is that for me, I have very much a know-it-all mind. My mind thinks it knows everything. And what's really important, especially when you're first stepping into your intuition, is to allow yourself some space, some place in between, away from your judgments, away from your thoughts. And, the difference between thinking something and intuitively getting something is a general rule of thumb. Thoughts come very clear and kind of strong. They're unrelenting in a way, and intuition kind of comes in a whisper and a flow, and it can come strong, but it has a very different delivery than thoughts do. And it's really important to, as you begin to look at the image and feel certain emotions and begin to get certain things from the image, that you don't allow your conscious mind to begin going, what? That's the wrong thing. No, you can't be right. Oh, what are you thinking? And how can you get that? And all the natter. Don't listen to it. You've got to really stay centered down here in your heart and try to stay out of the head as much as possible. So keep pulling yourself back down into your heart, into your heart, into your heart. And it will really help you in getting clear in what it is that you're picking up from the image. So for me, what I see in this image is the main angel. And down below, it looks like thousands and thousands of angels being birthed or brought up. And it almost looks to me like they're being brought up from the planet, is how I interpret that. And so as a message for me, it reminds me that I am cared for, I'm guided, my angels and my spirits are with me, and that uplifting my consciousness is very important, and that I need to remember that some of the work that I do helps to lift others' consciousness as well. And that's a really suiting card for doing a reading with you guys. So thank you very much for that card. So what I'm going to do is just randomly grab out another card, and I'm going to go through it and kind of interpret it again, and that will give you a really good idea of what we're doing here. Okay, so with the colors on this card, I'm not really sure if this is going to show through or not, so I'm going to bring it up. Now,